What is up? What is up? Welcome back. My name is Louie, and this is Royal Productions. First off, I want to say thank you to all the subscribers. Thank you for all those who drop a comment, and like, and subscribe. I know it's been a while since I dropped a video, but I really just don't like talking to talk. I want to present you guys with good information and knowledge, and I have a couple of videos that I'm going to be putting out soon. But this is a different direction of what I usually do on this channel. I usually cover crypto and news and things like that, but like I'm a multifaceted type of person, like we all are. So it's like I always have these different ideas that come to me that I feel like I should share. But then again, we always go through that mental battle of should I, shouldn't I, so that's what I deal with constantly, especially with the social media platform. And a lot of times we get lost in social media, and I try to not do that. So I take a step back, I breathe, meditate, and stay out the way for a while. But I appreciate all y'all. Thank you for the love. Now let's get into this. And as you guys can see on the screen right now, it's a quote. It's a famous quote. He who controls the media controls the minds of the public. And I'm going to say it this way. He who controls the minds of the people control the direction in which they will go. And I find that very, very true, especially in the time that we're in now. People are fighting about politics. People are fighting about wars. People are fighting about all types of things that really aren't going to help them succeed in life or become the best versions of themselves. Now, again, I'm not a doctor. I'm no professional of any kind. So if you need help, seek that help. And this is just information. I have knowledge, and take it or leave it. But at the end of the day, we all have a key to this puzzle, and we must do our job. So my job is just to present this information that I have been downloading and that have been put into my mind and I've been blessed with. So let's get right into this news. Okay. So I'm just going to click here really quick, show you guys what we're going to cover, and then we'll go into it. So basically on the screen you see now, we're going to start off with the top left corner. We have event 201. So those who know what 201 represents, then you're going to know which direction I'm going in. Okay. And I found this online. Shout out to the creator, whoever it was. But it's so funny because I feel like that's exactly what we're going through now. And at the top, it says, good riddance. I hope the worst is over and we can get back to normal. Nope. It's not happening. We have different plans for y'all. Okay. And again, a lot of this stuff comes through the media. A lot of this stuff comes through, different avenues of our life. So it's just crazy. So back to the top left corner on your screen, we have event 201 that was held on Friday the 18th. Okay, October 18, 2019. And I'm going to get into why this is important. Okay, that was the COVID global pandemic exercise. It wasn't COVID, but it was a pandemic exercise. Okay. Then if you head over to the bottom right, you have the CladX pandemic exercise. Okay, Tuesday, May 15th, 2018. Okay, and the locations are up there, you can see. But now we have something that came out on January 17th of this year, and it's preparing for disease X. Okay, I just find it very peculiar that these X's keep popping up everywhere. But let's get into this news. So basically, like I was saying before, the CladX pandemic was held on May 15th. Okay, so this is very important because we have to understand what's happening. All right. I feel like this is like planned predictive programming. You know what I mean? Like they have to tell us about certain things so they negate the karma to an extent. It's like, where's the best place to hide something? In plain sight. So these meetings and these gatherings with these people talking about these pandemic, quote unquote, things happening, they're exercises. Okay. So we have to understand that these people plan these things ahead of time. And I'm not going to go into like the people or they or the elites. It's just something we have to understand and be aware of, because like at the end of the day, we're worried about like paying bills. We're worried about feeding our families and different things like that. But you have people who are in control that want to keep control. And that is the main point of this all. Okay. When it comes to our data, when it comes to cryptocurrency, when it comes to our economy, different avenues, it's all about control. AI, just cameras everywhere. And I get it. Some people need to be pushed in a direction. Okay, I understand there's a lot of crazy people in the world that need a king, that need a leader, that need an emperor. So it's like, teach their own. But what I'm here to do is offer information and help you guys become the best versions of yourself, but also on top of that, understand that you are your own leader. Remember, your mind is your crown. You are the king, you are the queen, or whatever you believe in, of your own, energy. You're here with given rights from the universe. Okay. And no one should be able to tell you what you can and can't do. It's up to you. You want to do bad shit and get that negative karma, then that's what you'll get. But moving on, okay? So this was Clad X. Remember the dates. May 15, 2018, okay? Now heading over to event 201. This was held on October 18th, 2019, okay? Event 201. Now, if you guys want to know more about what 201 represents, do your research, okay? Understand that numbers have power, okay? And I would say it now, but I'm not going to just give you guys everything. Go do your research. Some of those people know what I'm talking about, okay? But this is all predictive programming. It's planned predictive programming, okay? We give you guys a crisis. We give you the way to deal with it. And then we give you the resolution on what we want you to do, okay? Right, so moving on. So event 201 was a pandemic exercise. And I'm not going to say the name here because you know how it is on these channels and stuff like that. But basically, on December 2019, we had the first outbreak of this disease. You get me? Or pandemic, quote unquote, whatever. We're going to get into that right now so I can show you guys exactly what they're doing. So remember, October 18th, that same year, and then we had the first outbreak of this. So it's too close for me. Okay. Now, this is a side note, but basically, like I was saying on that first slide I showed you guys, but preparing for disease X. Okay. And this was held January 17th, 2024. So the link will be in the description down below, or you can just go to the website and see what they're talking about in Davos and stuff like that. I'm not going to play this for copyright reasons, but it's just crazy how they're preparing for disease X. Questionable in my opinion. Okay, moving on. So there's 3 types of endemics, pandemics, or dedemics, and we're going to get into what these words mean right now. This is part of the decode. This is the more informational part of what I believe is happening. Okay, so you have epidemic. Okay, so what I want us to pay attention to is this this last part of it. So you got to break words down. You got to understand what the true meaning is of these words. That is called etymology. Once you practice etymology, once you start doing the decoding of the gematria, you can see the plan. If you know the direction they're going to go in, then you can understand what's going to happen next. So there's a difference. You can pause it and read it for yourself. I'm not going to go through this, but there's an epidemic, pandemic, okay? And then we have endemic, okay? And like I said, the most important part of these words that we're going to cover right now is this back part, okay? And you're going to see exactly why right now. So breaking the word pandemic down. And it's not just about Google. I don't get all my information from Google. I look at different sources. I take notes, and then I compare and contrast. And it's like, I'm not one of those type of people that read something or come across something and be like, oh yeah, this is it. You know what I mean? I always question what I know, because that's important. When we're looking for information, sometimes we'll find it and it'll affirm what we know and what we believe. And that's a dangerous game to play. You always have to question things. Always, okay? Don't stay on one side. Don't be in the echo chamber of your own mind. That's just a little advice. Okay, but anyways, getting back to this. So the word comes from ancient Greek, okay? Meaning pan, all, and demos, meaning people. Okay, so all people. Pandemic, endemic, and epidemic. All people. Okay, so remember, the words are different, but like I said, we're focusing on this last part, the demos part. Okay, so we go here. This is the same thing, and I'm going to show you guys why. Language is a very, very crazy thing because it has numbers, but at the same time, it has energy. Okay. Words carry energy, just like the water. If you guys haven't seen it, look up the water experiment where they spoke to water, then froze it, and then the molecules within the water were shaped differently based on the words that were put on the jar or the way they spoke to it. Okay. So demos, okay, the last part of this word. Okay. Where were we? Right here. Okay. So basically, all right, diomos, and I'm going to show you guys it's expelled the exact same way once we go into this demon or this mythology. Okay, is the personification of dread and terror. So basically, it is fear. He's basically the son of Ares, which is the war god, and then you have Aphrodite. Okay, and the twin brother is Phobos. Okay, meaning fear. So we have to understand what's happening and what these people are doing on the grand scale of things. Okay. Now I'm going to show you guys exactly why this is part of this demon. Okay. And remember, the demon part of it isn't truly important, but we have to understand its energy. It's not just about these personifications of demons and people walking around that look different from us. Okay, so as we see here, you go to Wikipedia, and Wikipedia is not a good source, but it breaks it down for us. Okay, it is fear. Okay, fear, the personification of fear. So when we're talking about a pandemic, when we're talking about, I can't say the first one, but monkeypox and all this stuff, it is the personification of fear, and that's what this demon is. Okay. It is putting fear into people's hearts. It's putting fears into people's mind. And that's why I kind of like understanding what's happening. Like I said earlier, when you can know what their goal is at the end, then you can understand what they're going to do to get there. Okay. And right here, as you guys can see, demos. Okay. So when you use the word like pandemic, remember, it means all people. Okay. All people. Putting fear into everyone's minds, hearts, souls, spirit. So I'm a firm believer that we were perfectly made and perfect. So my point being with that is that we all have trials and tribulations. We all have things that we have to deal with. But at the end of the day, there is nothing put on this earth that can truly hurt us. And like, I'm not religious, but I am spiritual. So when I talk about certain things like no weapon will formed against me will prosper, that is true because it is our mind that controls a lot of our like things in life. Our mind controls almost anything, and we are powerful beings. So when they are putting fear into us, when they are telling us that these things can kill us and hurt us, then we have to understand what they're doing. All right. And it's just crazy that, like, in my opinion, that this word, once you break it down, this is what it means. Our language is truly a bastard language. It's from Latin, mostly from Greek. We got some Hebrew in there. So we have to understand that, like, a lot of this, like, spelling is a spell. Like, I'm from California, so it's one of those things when you talk about, like, Rite Aids and all these pharmaceutical companies, like pharma, when you break that stuff down, it's spelled Rite Aid, RITE, for a reason. It's ritual aid. It's not the right type of aid you should be getting. Okay, but that's neither here nor there. Look at what's happening in the world around us. Okay, and this is my last point, and then I'm gonna end the video. But when you look at who he is the son of, Ares, which we know who Ares is, we have to understand maybe a bigger war is coming. Not saying it will happen, but maybe there will be a war, because in my opinion, you have to put the fear into people, then go to war in order for people to actually like be okay with it. You know what I mean? So just be aware of what's happening. Remember, your mind is your crown. Always use your knowledge in the right way. Okay. I love you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll be back with another one soon. Peace.